Yes, sir. It is I, your boy from Bed-Stuy, and I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in for Don't F Up the Crime Scene, where me, special guests, will tune in and talk about our experiences on crime scenes and how to mess up the case. All right? So sit back and enjoy and holler back at your boy. Holla. All right, everybody. Welcome back to Don't Fuck Up the Crime Scene. I'm greeted by an awesome guest. You're going to love him. I was just on his podcast. We're going to have a good time. We'll get him down here for a little while. He just came off stage rocking our Prairie States Conference in Bloomington, Illinois. Dan the man Ettinger, and he is the bomb, and he hosts Humane Roundup podcast. I was on it 2 episodes about a week and a half ago. He hosted that with Ashley Bishop, and we had a really good time. Me and Dan met back a few years back on the traveling scene when we was doing our speaking engagements, what have you. He's currently a supervisor up in Denver. He's awesome. He's the AC guru. He just did a awesome class, de-escalation and verbal judo. Had a great time. He's been in the field for about 12 years. And again, welcome Dan, the man. Keep it humane, man.
You already know.
You know how we do. Player.
This is it. And to do this face to face.
This is what I'm saying, son. This is what we do.
This is what I like.
I'm just glad to have you. You my boy. Much flowers to you. You represent the culture. You put ACOs, ACIs in a good light. I enjoy your positive spirit. How you just I want to say evolutionize the culture of being a professional officer out there at all times. How you train and you tell people, hey, don't lose your cool, stay professional. And it you know, some of what we talked about, aka the dog catching, what have you, it's a negative stereotype that I think it brings in some negative, outlooks on things. And I do my best because, I still take it as a, offensive, insult of what we do. And I'm like, but the way you handle it, and you have so many classes that, and you, and one of my brethren, and on for us LETI, we're gonna put it down one time for LETI.
LETI,
you know what I'm saying? Mizzou. And that's Law Enforcement Training Institute. If you want to get your certifications, you go over there, LETI, EDU. You can talk to Renee or John. We're gonna get them on too, but So Dan, what's up, bro? How you doing?
It's good to be here, man. I'm proud to be on your show. It's an honor. We've been hosting, we've been having a podcast for a while, but when we see the industry starting to evolve and you doing it, you bring so much to the table with this profession as well. And for me, it's always been about helping change that image of the dog catcher,
right.
Helping people better understand what we do professionally on a day-to-day basis. And you get it, which is really moving. I think a lot of the listeners get it, whether they listen to our show or your show or whoever, wherever we meet people at conferences, they want to learn. They want to be part of that change, right? No one wants to be devalued in this field. And I think we're just continuing to take that approach to get more people on the same page and really see the value of the work that we do, because it's not an easy job, man.
It's not an easy job. It's a thankless job. I try to give, like you give my flowers, I give your flowers, and big up other people, because there's enough hate going around.
It's easier to complain than compliment.
It really does. The thing is, I do my best to woosah with people I don't agree with or things I don't like. I try to woosah and actually don't comment. If I'm really upset, I don't comment. I'm like, this okay, but I'm not going to give them a negative comment out there. I'm just not. I don't believe in being negative. I'm doing my best. I'm older now. I've learned a lot. I made terrible mistakes as far as, individual choices here and there. But as you get older, you should get wiser, and doing this field, I try to be a change of the culture and being consistent on animal cruelty. People can say what they want about a lot of things, but I try to be the pillar and be, I guess, a steward of the culture as far as investigations. it doesn't have to be my way or your way. It should be the right way.
The right way.
And the right way is, saving Fluffy, making sure the person either doesn't own an animal, is educated enough to maybe own an animal another day, but, to do the report right and bring, if it's charges or even it's just educate. As I always say, educate, investigate, eliminate. Okay? I want to educate you as much as possible. I want to investigate, unfortunately, if it's egregious or not, and I want to eliminate the problem. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I think how you in Denver and, you start your career, stuff like that up there, you're, a PA guy, I'm a New York guy, and it's just crazy. I tell the listeners, you already told them how we met on yours, I tell the listeners over here. So me and Dan met, minute ago in Austin, Texas, and we was at a conference, and my boy Eric was bigging you up.
Shout out Eric. What up,
man? He's like, yo, dude, there's a new guy in town. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, man, this guy, he's pretty good, man. I think he can give you for money. I said, Jigga who? Jigga what? And I didn't know Dan. I know nothing about Dan, right? I didn't even know we was connected on a 6 degrees of separation from our old boss, right? So I was like, all right, whatever. So he comes walking up and everything. He's like, you dude? I'm like, yeah. I said, you Dan? He said, yeah. What's up? And we
what they say, game recognized game.
And we was just chilling, talking in the Renaissance Hotel in Austin, Texas, and we dapped up. I was like, hey, you coming back down? He's like, yeah. And from then on, it was like brothers from another mother. Facts. It was crazy. Yeah. And, so what you think about the experience when we first met?
I told you on the on our episode that we did, I knew about you before a couple ways. I knew about you from our old boss who really was proud of what you accomplished, right? And how far you went in your career. And at that point, you probably were in about where I'm at now, 12, 13 years. Yeah. And he was speaking so highly of you. And I just remember being in kind of awe of the accomplishments and how a supervisor looked at a staff member. Right. And then I remember seeing you in Atlanta when we were on your home field. And I was like, this guy's in his Class A's. Just the way you held it down, the way you talked to people, et cetera, was really cool. I was teaching at the same time you were teaching, so I didn't have a chance to visit your class. But I was like, that guy, he's cool. Like there's something about him. And then in Austin, when we met, that was like you said, it was kind of like we knew each other before we met. Yeah,
it's that's wild.
It was just like you run into each other, and it's like, oh, okay, like there wasn't much needed to be communicated, right? And I'm grateful for it. You gave me an opportunity to join the Law Enforcement Training Institute, and just continue to grow my career in that aspect. I love being out here, being able to teach, but at the end of the day, like you said a minute ago, it's being stewards of this profession. People look at me, and I'll take as much responsibility of this as I deserve. They see me as like a egotistical, all about me person. Mm-hmm. But I'll be real with you, though I may. So sometimes your impact is different than your intention. So the way you impact people,
I like that,
may be different than the intention you have behind it. My intention has always been and always will be how to help further this profession. Right. I'm just another person, just like you are listening. My voice may be louder because of the platforms that I'm on, but it's not about ego. It's not about me, right? I just am driven as a person to really help continue to create positive encounters with people in this community. So they're like, okay, whether it's law enforcement or whether it's the people that you're dealing with in your community, they just see us as a more professional service than how Disney portrays the dog catcher. And I say it all the time. That wasn't somebody's creative genius with Disney. They didn't write the character for the dog catcher. That was, as they say in the business, that was typecast. Like the dog catcher existed, and they just ran with it and made it the villain, right? And now, like you say, ACOs, ACIs, like we have people that are passionate and want to do this job. And it really shows from the work that they do, their professionalism. And I think that's why you do what you do, is to help continue to bring that professionalism.
I tell you like this, trying to stay focused and be positive and when you're not in a positive situation.
Right.
Know what I mean? So, I give you your flowers. You got a new position. You're bigging up your career. I was so happy you say, yo, I'm good. I'm like, yo, because I know the struggle was real. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, and you was really, when I was almost out the door, you was like, yo, I'm like, yo, I'm trying, So, but the thing is, it's okay to be good and have high hopes and be supportive of your brother.
Absolutely.
Know what I mean? Because again, why am I hating on you? My thing is I need to celebrate your accomplishments at the same time. And plus, you need to hear that, And a lot of people were like, I got hate when I was coming up, much hate. People's like this, he think he all that. He getting all these awards, stuff like that. I'm like, bro, I'm just outworking you, dog. Let it go. Hold up. You have the same right to go out there and get it. My hustle's harder.
Facts.
Hustle. Hustle hard. That's it.
Yeah.
So, my thing is I'm out here sweating at night, diver dumpsting, stalking cases, eating cases, sleeping on cases, waking up, doing on call, doing all that stuff like that. So if I get a little credit and everything, because I earn that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody give it to me. Our common homie put me through. He was like this, hey, if you want it, it's right here, but you're going to have to get it. And so I got it. And the thing is, we come across this, sometime we can be looked at, whatever. But when you get a text message or you get an email from somebody, they'll be like this, yo, I did this and it worked. Or, man, I didn't know what you said was real. I tried it and it worked. Or I just did this case and I'm happy that you explained it in such a way, whatever. I went back and we started this like that. My man had a bike patrol, a bicycle put on his AC truck like I did. I ain't seen nobody else do that. I got a regular bike rack and put it on an AC. I said, I'm gonna go throughout the neighborhoods and blah, 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 blah. It was like, oh, your ass, you doing too much. I'm like, am I?
So again, it's easier to complain than it is to compliment. And, I take a lot of pride in the work that I do, and I try to show humility. At the end of the day, I don't know if anybody listening knows about the 5 love languages. It's a book written really to help people in relationships, and it talks about what people use to really fulfill them. And so some people, it is physical touch, and not in a sexual way, but just physical touch. Right. Some people, it's words of affirmation. Some people, it's gift giving. Some people, it's acts of service. And other people, it is, I always forget the 5th one. Words of affirmation, physical touch, gift giving, acts of service, and quality time. That's the last one, quality time. And so you still have to, in the workplace, and this is very key for bosses, and some of you bosses out there that do the job or are bosses for the wrong reason, you don't know your people and you don't know what motivates them. For me, it's words of affirmation. I want to know I'm doing a good job. Even though I feel like I'm doing a good job, I wanted my supervisor where I previously worked to just take time to recognize it. But instead, it was more of it was, I think, and I'll say this since I don't work there anymore, I don't really care if he hears it or not. I think it was insecurities because I'm out there busting my ass, doing things off duty, just going to work. Because I love this. This career is my life's work. This is what I do.
But you said career, you ain't say job.
Facts.
That's the difference.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
The thing is, the one thing our common mentor said to me, he said, if you shine, I shine.
I call my brother son because he shined like one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I'm like, whoa, if I shine, you shine.
Yeah.
We shine. Yeah. How am I going to hate on you?
Can't.
I'm out here.
You can't. And so I had a previous boss who did not, in my opinion, appreciate the hustle. It was more so, oh, look at Daniel trying to be all that. Instead of being like, thank you. Thank you for going out to other states and getting the word out and representing our department in a positive way.
Say it again.
Thank you for going out to other states and representing our department in a positive way.
Bars, son. Spitting bars. All right. Before we go to the next sponsor, I'm going to give you a sponsor real quick and a quick read. So today's episode, Don't Fuck Up the Crime Scene, episode 21. We're going to go over who the sponsor is, and it is Big Time Speakers. You can always find them at katiehurst.com. We specialize in animal cruelty training, animal cruelty support, some ACO stuff, but a lot of animal cruelty. So if you want a dynamic speaker, call us and we get that happening with you, okay? You can reach me at Big Time Speaker or katiehurst.com, or you can reach us at don'tfuckupthecrimescene.com. We own all those domains. Holla back at your boy. So Dan, let's get into a few questions.
Yes, sir.
Best thing about your job. What is the best thing about your job? And it's a new job, so what's the best thing?
Yeah, you know, I really, I think right now the best thing overall, I love helping people and helping the community. But what's been really fun so far is being that supervisor that I never had.
Deep.
Right. So be able to support the staff, though it's a small staff, being that mentor, being somebody that really preaches autonomy, right, and gives the tools and resources that they need to be successful.
Give them the what? Did you say resources? The tools and resources?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, speak.
And then also being available for them.
Whoa, time out. You mean you're going to give them your ear, give them the tools, and give them the resources?
And jump in the truck.
Whoa. You going to go out there and help?
Bet. All day.
Son.
Yeah.
No. For real.
All day.
Yeah. Wow.
And that so far has, and I can, that's my focus,
right,
is to be the mentor and leader that I always wanted to have in this profession. And I've had some good leaders. I really have. Shout out to a few of them early on. I just really focus now on, if I was that ACO that would work for me, right, how would I want to be treated?
You know, I think it's like this, man. You learn so much, and if you could put it down on paper or make a course while you're doing it, you say, okay, this is how it should be done, because you learn.
Yeah.
You know, you put it part of your OODA loop. Let me give another one out there for you. Your favorite movie or book?
Woo! Favorite movie
or book? Go ahead.
Can I name more than one?
Movie or book?
Movie.
Go ahead.
One of my all-time favorite movies is Run, Lola, Run.
Okay, I heard of that one. I never seen it.
You got to watch it. Everybody listening and Google that up. Run, Lola, Run.
Okay.
That's probably one of my all-time favorite. My favorite series ever is Back to the Future.
Okay.
Yeah, love that movie. And my favorite cop movie is Training Day, by far.
Okay.
This shit ain't checkers, it's chess.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
All right. Ethan Hawke and your boy Damn ZZ.
Yeah.
As far as book,
I need to read more.
We have that in common.
Favorite book? All right, I'll be honest with you. I've actually read quite a few. Probably the autobiography of Stanley Tukey Williams, if you don't know.
Yeah, Crip.
The founder of the Crips, one of the founding members of the Crips, who had basically the RICO law before the RICO law was the RICO law, the 3 strikes in California, and was sentenced to death row, but never was found guilty of ever killing anybody. It was more all the other crimes. And it's just an interesting read. From, I come from poverty and kind of understand that.
We share that too.
Yeah, I understand that background and understand, I had a lot of people growing up that I knew were in gangs or whatever, so I just understood that lifestyle. And to read his book, it's really interesting the way the justice system works, and I'm sure everybody has different views on this stuff, but should he have been sentenced to death? Not based on the information that was in his book. Now, every story has 2 sides.
Right.
But it was an interesting read. I'm reading a book now by Ram Dass, which is Be Here Now, and that's probably going to end up being my favorite book.
So, I'm a researcher. So if I have something to research, I go all in.
Yeah.
And when I had to do investigate religious sacrifices like that, I had to really get into the whole religion thing and set 10 popular religions, and that took a little while because I'm not an expert by any means, but I know a lot. So it took a while, and just to understand how it's really one tree with a whole bunch of branches, and a lot of people just believe, but they don't even know you know, and I'm like this. So I question a lot. At the same time, you know, I don't accuse somebody, but one thing I will always say for safety and everything, you don't have to believe what they believe, but you need to believe that they believe. You feel me?
And respect it.
I have much respect for different religions, stuff like that. When I go travel, stuff like that, I look at synagogues and take pictures, stuff like that, because I look at, you know, architecture, stuff
Beautiful.
like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's you know. Yeah. And same thing with. Okay, let me hold up. Look at some more. What was your most interesting case?
So many of them.
I know.
So many of them. You know, I think a couple that jump out. We had a hoarding case of 35 live dogs in the property and 12 dead ones.
Okay.
And that was really fun. I love, and this may sound morbid, but I love disgusting stuff. I love getting dirty. I love the smells. I love the visual, just all the olfactory senses that are being stimulated in those situations.
Yeah, I'm gonna push back on you, bro. I don't want to go do another hoarding situation ever in life. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't need to see a dilapidated, fall through, roach infested, 35 popcorn cats because they pop out of everywhere.
Yes.
I don't need that in my life anymore.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, the hell with that. I don't need the. I don't mind the dead smell, and I don't mind the person being dead and I'm being dead. If I'm working a case, stuff like that, if it's my case, I don't mind that. But the whole hoarding thing, I have to watch when I'm slipping. I got Tyvek on, a ventilator. I'm sounding like Lord Vader. you know, all that stuff. I don't miss that, bro. I mean, nah. That's and you know, you get all that love on you, and you know, the clothes gonna then and be destroyed. You know, bro, you can have all that.
I'll take it.
Okay, go see. There you go. Hold up. Let's get another one in. Your favorite food to cook or eat.
Favorite food to cook is probably a breakfast food. So potatoes with some spinach and tomato. You know, I mess with the plant-based food, so I got some plant-based sausages from Beyond Meat. Oh, fire! The links, not the patties.
Gotcha.
A smoothie. So almond milk, hemp protein with a little chocolate, a little spirulina, and some almond butter.
Okay.
Mix that up with a banana.
Okay. Fire.
Fresh fruit. I like some obviously some plant-based yogurts. If I was making something homemade, I would do French toast. And people are like, well, how do you do French toast without eggs? Flaxseed, grind up flaxseed, and you mix it. It's like 1 tablespoon of flaxseed, 2 tablespoons of water. Let it sit in the fridge for 15 minutes. Cook that up. Get your cinnamon and sugar going. You can crust it up too on the outside. I love breakfast. Is always my go-to. When I ate meat, no, I'm not hating. I'm not one of those plant-based vegan people that throws paint on your fur or your leather. That's not my style.
Right.
It's just my life choice. And but when I ate meat, a good tuna steak on a barbecue all day with fresh veggies.
So I'm a swordfish guy. I don't mind tuna. I like fish. I moved from beef to more lamb. Okay. And then or goat. I'm trying to be more natural, so like that. Still on because I went vegan for 2 years. It was a trip. That's another discussion. Real talk. And we kombucha, and I need to grow me a mother and all that stuff like that. Y'all like, what the hell is kombucha? And we talk about that another one. That's gonna be another. You're gonna be a reoccurring guest.
I would love to be.
So
we gonna keep it humane.
You stupid. But I'm a big grill guy, stuff like that. And
you cook it up, man. Some of the photos you got.
Yeah. I try to do stuff like that, and plus I'm growing my garden. And then once I get my greenhouse going. We do a little bit more because my neighbor has bees right here, and
that's gonna populate all your food.
Everything, and we're back and forth. And then my boy across the street, and then my man has a food truck and everything. So we're in DC. So I'm gonna take a botany class and trying to understand about the hemp plant and understand both sides of it. You know what I'm saying? And because they have them up in DC, I'm gonna figure out and see what can I grow. And what, like that, what's legal, stuff like that. Because it's legal to grow a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, with the hemp, you can do so much thing with the hemp, you know what I'm saying? It's just a protein, it's ridiculous.
It's great. It's a great product.
So again, let's go to another question. Since it's the name of the podcast, have you ever fucked up a crime scene?
I would imagine, yes.
Okay.
Put me on the spot like that.
And what I mean, just you don't have to go to a particular case.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we all get lackadaisical stuff like that. Was it one of those you didn't follow SOPs, or you was just asked out?
Yeah, in Denver, I was a maverick. I just did what I did. You know what I mean? And the SOPs didn't apply to me. And I know that sounds arrogant, and it was somewhat. But I really believed in my ability to investigate and do things. I'll give an example. I'll share with you. There was I really didn't mess up the crime scene, but I could see how it would have messed up the crime scene.
Mm-hmm.
We were assisting police executing a warrant,
Mm-hmm.
and they needed dogs removed.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a dog in the backyard in a shed, tethered in the shed, and the dog was friendly, so I don't even know what this dude was thinking, but he had it next to like a little dresser type thing. And so, I mean, me being me, I just opened the dresser and saw a safe in there. And I was like, all right, cool. And so I went and told the investigators, hey, the dog knocked over the dresser and the safe fell out of the dresser.
Hey, I was telling, the story about when I messed up the crime scene with the vibrators and stuff like that on yours.
Oh yeah.
The thing is like this, man. Sometimes, you just mess up and you're not thinking stuff like that. But you learn, or you should learn. Mm. And then moving forward, you're like this, okay, it becomes part of your OODA loop. And you're like this, yeah, I can't do that again. You know what I'm saying? And like when I broke into a house and I went to the back window, broke the whole door, the patio door, stuff like that. Instead of going to the front door, even if I had to, wherever, I just did an episode about abandonment. Wherever you post, that's the door you go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh, you went through the back.
I went to the back.
On the front.
Yeah, you don't do that. Yeah. You don't do that.
On mine, I think it was just, I'm very instinctual. Right. Like, I pride myself on instincts. So I knew there was a safe in there. Like, I knew the only reason he had that little table-y dresser thing in there was to have the dog protected. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to be, honestly, and I know this sounds arrogant, but I wanted to show off, like, that I knew.
Okay, now, speaking of that, has it bitten you?
No.
Oh, that's good.
No.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. But I've learned to tone it down, too.
Oh, okay. I think as you get older.
Yeah.
Time and place.
Yeah.
And what did you say? Tone.
Tone it down, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tone is key to when I'm getting rapport, when I'm talking to people. Like your class today. You had a verbal de-escalation class, stuff like that was awesome. Had a great time, stuff like that. When you try to get your point across, it's you can have officer presence and the way you hold your body, your hand, how you face, stuff like that, the way you look, stuff like that. All that comes in tone. I am extremely, you get to call me about 15 years ago, totally different person, Dan.
Sure.
Now I'm like so lean back that they're like, well, let me get about 2 minutes with him. Let me talk to him real quick. They're like, whatever, he ain't gonna give you nothing. I go over and actually we'll start talking about anything inside the room that I see that's not even relevant. I'm like this. Oh, you a Steelers fan? He's like, yeah. What time the game come on?
Building rapport.
There you go. And then go at something else like that. I'll see some, he's cooking something like that. I was like this. I said, yeah, man, I got to get home and I got to need to cook this like that. He's like, oh, man, that's what I'm doing right now. Mm. So then we segue back into what I need. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because it's what? ABC, always be closing. Mm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's a strategy. And I love how you took apart and everything. You had to speed through because you had a lot of slides. And ain't that hard? When you got, I think I have under 60 slides, which you can speed through some, and some of them you have to stay on, and then they have a video. Video takes time.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? So, and pace. You know what I'm saying? I'm like this, okay, bop, and class participation.
You need that.
And it is what it is. All right, let's get another one. All right, so favorite place to visit or vacation?
San Diego if it ain't in June, because they got June gloom and it's cloudy and not pretty. I mean, it's pretty, but it's just different. San Diego is probably one of my favorite places to visit and vacation in the country. Yeah.
All right. Are you a great teammate?
You would have to ask. Some people would say no, because of what we talked about earlier. It appears that I'm arrogant and self-serving, right? I would disagree with that. Before I left Denver, a lot of the people that I worked with so it's very split and siloed, and there's a lot of gossip and BS there. Yeah. But the people I was close to on the side of the week that I worked with, we talked all the time. Mm-hmm. We would bounce case ideas off each other all the time. Mm-hmm. It was the people on the other side of the week that just had resounding hate, for whatever reason. And
the one thing I found out, when you have coworkers, you have cliques.
Yeah.
And then the problem I had was not having resentment for these people who had no love for me when I jumped over them. Mm-hmm. And, I was put in a position where, at times I was top dog.
Yeah.
But, extending the olive branch to be like, let's work together. And it can be very difficult. And I don't have to like you to work with you.
Yeah, we don't have to be friends.
At all. Yeah. But it has to be workable.
Yes.
Meaning like, I'm probably not going to ask you about your family, okay? But I'm like, we might talk here and there about whatever and try to keep it respectable. Sure. You know what I mean? I think jealousy, is key to when you get a position, and it's especially if you get promoted within.
Oh, yeah.
See, a fire department, you go out to another fire department when you get promoted. Police, you go out. Same thing, unless it's small, unless it's real small, you go out. So you're not supervising your friends.
Sure.
But when you jump over, like you go to another place, that's good.
Yeah.
Everybody said, okay, this is a new boss, right? Yeah. And they like, they can be however, but you're the new boss.
Yeah. Well, I'll say specifically to the new team that I'm with, it's been incredible so far. It's the type of place that I envision myself working, where it's small, but it's almost family. Like people,
folksy.
Sure, my job is animal control supervisor, but I like sitting up front and helping out there, or if they need help with the dogs, moving them around or whatever. Like just the other day, we had a holiday, so it was one ACA or animal care attendant or kennel tech working, and myself. Mm-hmm. So I'm the field person. I got a radio on. I'm good. I'm in service. But I was like, hey, what can I help you with? Mm-hmm. Instead of just sitting around, not doing any work. Like I feel like that creates the environment of being a good teammate. And what sucks is I still had that same approach when I was in my old agency. It just wasn't recognized, or the people that didn't know me just made assumptions.
So when I was in Georgia, I worked, I didn't have to work in the field, okay? I didn't have to damn near work at all right? But I'm not going to leave my people hanging, right? Or they have to pick up too many territories. So I would take South. South is busy, and, I know South pretty well. I said, okay, I got this. And they would see me do what they do and go like this, well, damn, if Soup going out there, how can I not go ahead and handle my business, But I would do this. I worked a 4-day, 3-day. So I would work 3 days in the field and 1 day in the office.
Doing admin.
Or admin. Yeah. It was my Tuesday, which was my Friday. And I worked every weekend.
Okay.
Every weekend, right? Yeah. I came in at 6, got off at 4, right? Sometimes I might get off a little earlier because I'm doing stuff. And, my team, they knew I appreciated them. Yeah. I got a call when I was in Hawaii, right? Training, with teaching. And I got a call, and it's about a 4-hour difference, I think.
Okay.
Right? And I'm like, waking up 3-something in the morning, like, oh, what's up? And my man's like, yo, I'm out here, with PD. Yo, I said, where's the sergeant? Sergeant on duty? Yeah. Give him the phone. I said, what's up? He said, yo, da-da-da-da. Because they don't know I am unconscious.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, whoop-de-woo, whoop-whoop, bop, you need to do this. He said, all right, 10-4. Getting back the phone to my guy. I was like, this is what you're going to do, bop. We good? Cool. I had another call a few hours later in daytime, and I'm sitting there with, at that time he was over Hawaiian Humane, right? And he was sitting there, we was talking, and this is some years ago, right? It's like 2012 maybe, right? And we was talking, we was kicking this like that. We was in some place. He bought everybody lunch, right? It was ridiculous. We having a good time and everything. And I got a call. I said, "Hold up, give me a second." 1 second, like that. Bop, 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 bop. We good? All right, boop, bop. He offered me to be a supervisor over the field
In Hawaii.
right after the phone call, because he says, "That's what I need here. Let's talk money."
Wow.
And I was like this, what? I didn't understand the cost of living because I was ready to go.
Yeah, of course.
Cost of living is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay. And I didn't really, we didn't do it right like that. And he since went on. He's at Lanai, does a cat sanctuary like that. He's still my boy. And and the thing about Hawaiians, they are very loving people, and giving people. And my boy out there now, it was just his birthday, and he said, "What up, brother?" I'm like, "What up, brother?" And when I go out to Hawaii, I'm like, "Hey, I'm coming to town." He's like, "I got you."
Nice.
And you like tripping. That's why like when I fly around, I'm like we're doing the 2-day dangerous animal in Denver. In Detroit.
Yes.
And I'm trying to say, okay, I need to know where it is, right? So once I know where it is, I'm like, okay, how far from the airport? Am I going to Uber or am I going to get a car?
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm going to Windsor. I'm going to Canada every night. Okay. I'm going to go to Greektown. I got peeps in the D. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, I'm coming through. Let's holler. Yeah. And we all have a great time. But I'm probably going to be on somebody's couch. Yeah. My man Doug, who passed, right? Okay. Up in
Sanford.
Yeah. Doug passed. I remember Doug first coming to class. I know his daughter. I never met his son, but I know of his sons like that. I said I was contracting for one of the other people, and I was contracting. I was like, "Yo, I'm coming through. I got a class teacher like that." I said, "Yo, I need a couch." He said, "Got you." Yeah. Like Doug was like my dog, right? And he country, Michigan, love the cold, stuff like that. Deers on the wall, stuff like that. The stacks of deer, stuff like that. And his daughter, we laugh about it. His daughter had this shepherd. This dog is so protective of her. It's ridiculous. Dog look at you like this. And dog had like Tourette's. You come to the door, try to kill you. You go back out. They didn't love you. You go back out, come back in. You just get in the groceries, come back, try to kill you. Wow. So I was sleeping down in his basement, and I bought dinner every night, stuff like that. The one thing you can always, if I stay over your house and everybody knows, I will either buy dinner and or cook breakfast. It doesn't make a difference what you have. I can figure something out.
You can come whenever you want, bro. Get to the house. But you already knew you was welcome, so it didn't matter. Yeah.
Let's finish up this because I got 7 minutes.
All right, let's do it.
Let's power through this. Dog, cat, person. Which one are you? A dog or cat person?
Both.
Really?
I like them both.
Which ones do you have?
Right now I have a dog, but we had a cat. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to go into too much detail. But
I got you.
I still, both. I love them both.
I was always a dog person.
Yeah.
And then, I got 2 cats.
I love cats. I think cats are amazing. They're fun.
They're very personable.
Yeah, very.
And they have their own style, stuff like that. And dogs, totally different.
Yeah, way different. But, my dog, he's an ambassador for this dude will love guinea pigs. He'll love cats, bearded dragons, you name it. So in the future, I'll probably get him a kitten.
Right.
Just so he can take it under his wing and they can be besties. Because he was real close with our cat, too.
I tell you like this. I appreciate you coming on the show, man, and we catching up because, like I said, we see each other now. We see each other a little bit more.
We do,
which is crazy now. Yeah. Whereas before, I would see you every when and there, and then we working for the university. Yeah. I see you like every when and there, like that.
And recently, it's been
Yeah, I know. I'm seeing you because I remember the first time we actually hooked up in
Pima.
Pima County.
Yeah.
And that was wild. That was
fun.
I said, who is this skinny hippie
drinking kombucha
coming like that and everything? Right. Yeah. I was like, what's up? You met Christy and the whole gang, stuff like that. Now I'm glad you're part of the team, man. Thank you. And John, John likes you.
That's
John,
good.
John likes you. And I'm like, I said, yeah. I usually get it right. I usually get it right, because my former boss, she was in charge, like recruiting. And then I since, got, as far as the field, stuff like that, and he puts me in charge of that and everything. Mm-hmm. And I said, yeah, I got one. He's like, you sure? I said, I'm good.
Well, I really appreciate you taking a chance.
Oh, well, to me, it wasn't too much of a chance, even though, it was, I didn't see you at one of the conferences.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was like this, but like I said, we joke on yours. I was like this. I said, okay, all I needed was about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like,
you with your headphones on, pretending you listen to. He's out there listening to like George Clinton. Do the dog catcher, dog catcher. And he ain't even listening to nothing. That and because your ass was like this. He was like, okay, I was like this. I just need you to once you found your rhythm. Yes.
You was like, but I said, yeah, I'm going to Walmart. You was like, I was like that. I said, it's your class, bro.
Yeah, I remember you saying that too.
And the thing is, like, I was like, I'm not worried. I interviewed a few people, right? And I'm like, it's not. We're still cool, but I'm like, this is not cut out for you.
Fair.
Now, don't get it twisted. Can you and you got to meet Marcus. Marcus, my dog. That's code enforcement guru.
Oh yes.
Marcus. He has
Holland Marcus.
yo. The boy got skills. The boy got skills. When we talk about he has a class. It's like trainer on steroids about teaching how to present, stuff like that. It's he hit it out the park, and he says, he's gonna put it on when he go on his tour, and he gets me out, and I do the code enforcement now, and we gotta talk.
I know it.
We gotta talk.
I'm sitting right here.
You know what I'm saying? We got talk, and we got 3 minutes left, and I tell you like this. The amount of people you can actually reach, if you just be humble, won't stumble. You know what I mean? If you're humble, you don't stumble. I just got an award from Alabama Animal Control Association.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But they showed me so much love when I had adversity, when I went through adversity. Because, when you go through things, people were like, yeah, whatever. And they love to hate on you when they think you're down.
Sure.
But the thing is, I learned a long time ago, if you stay humble, you won't stumble. Meaning, and don't take my kindness for weakness by any means, but I don't walk around with a chip on. That's not true. At times, I might have a chip. We're talking. And at times, when I get up and everything, and if I'm teaching trainer, I tell you how you should feel before you get on stage. I tell you how to go on stage. I tell you how to work your crowd. I tell you how to do your set. I tell you how to reach this person. I tell you how to get that person to unfold their arms. I tell you all that technical, like you broke it down. Technical. But I got to see where we are, and I got to know the region. Each region is different.
Yeah.
North region is way different from South. I've never been to West Coast except for Colorado and Seattle. Yeah, that's it. I ain't been to Cali because I don't know what color to wear. Just joking.
Stanley Tukey Williams. You always in blue though. So
I'm always cripping, bro. I'm always cripping. Y'all don't shoot me, bloods. All right. Again, I appreciate you coming on, man. Give me some dab. Give me some dab, son.
We keep it humane on this podcast, man. Appreciate you having me.
All right, and we're going to leave with a minute to spare. I appreciate you guys. It's episode 22, and I'll holler back at you guys later. All right, and that's a wrap. Let's stop this right here. Stop it there.